everyone. Welcome. We will give everybody a minute to find me and then we will get started. Hope everyone's had a wonderful weekend. Cold weekend. I cannot believe how cold it is today. It's crazy. Make sure you say hello and let me know you're here. Hopefully you can hear me okay. We had a busy weekend. Sarah and John were here with Peter and we had our family Christmas. And oh my goodness, that boy, he goes 90 miles a minute. I was exhausted just watching him run. But it was wonderful. And today we went to the Mega Caverns to see lights under Louisville. I have never, in all the years I've lived here, never ever seen it. And oh my gosh, it was phenomenal. We did the one where of course there's two if you don't know. One where you can drive your vehicle. And you can have as many people, of course, in the car as you want, and you just follow along. Or you can purchase a ticket for the Santa Express, and that is an open, kind of like trolley. There's two, it reminds me of a hayride, for lack of a better word, except it's actual seats in two, like trailer kind of things that's pulled by a pickup truck through the caverns, but it's completely open. So you can really hear the music and you can look 360, you can see up and over you. You don't have to kind of duck down and look out your window. So it was phenomenal. I have never seen so many lights, so many different decorations and themes. It was incredible. So if you have not had a chance to go, you should. We went took the 11 o'clock today, and it was fairly busy with just people rolling in. I couldn't believe the line of cars, but it lasted about 45 minutes, but it was spectacular. Just spectacular. So you'll have to check that out. Okay, I am going to go ahead and get started. Today is Sunday, December 14th, 2025. It's crazy that it's only 11 days until Christmas. That just doesn't seem real to me. I do have my tree up, not decorated, but it's up. I have all my other stuff up that I'm going to put out. And I opted for a 4-foot tree, and I'm loving it. It's perfect. The dogs aren't bothering it. It's up out of the way. I'm loving it. I just have to get it decorated. What was I gonna say? Lost it. That happens when you get to be 66 years old. I swear, I think I need to start taking Prevagen. I've heard so many people tell me it works, but one minute it's there and the next minute it's like a squirrel. It's gone. Okay, well, let's just forget about whatever that thought is. Anyway, I hope you're having a good weekend. I hope you're staying warm. Bitter cold. I just can't believe it. And then I saw on the news it's going to be like 55 or 60 on Thursday. What is happening? It makes no sense. But anyway, so let me tell you kind of what's going on. We have, of course, recently had the clearance rack or the last chance list refresh. There is a lot of stuff from the current holiday mini catalog on there. So if there are things that you have been wanting to get and you just haven't yet, now is a great time to go check that out. Some things are up to 60% off. So you can get some of your favorites before they're gone. Now remember, things on last chance list. And for those of you who may not realize, the last chance list is a continuation, so to speak, of our old retirement list. So where we're used to a catalog ending on the last month of the event, they'll usually put out a retiring list. They're not doing that any longer. Everything will get moved to the last chance list, but it will stay until supplies are depleted. And many things are going to get discounted anywhere from 10 to 60% off. So keep checking that. They refresh it periodically. And like I said, they just did that with many things from the Holiday Mini. Now, something new that started at the beginning of this month is our product of the month. And it is replacing Celebration. So you have to kind of look at it as Celebration 2.0. And Celebration will actually kind of be every month, because you have the chance or the option, if you spend $75 or more after coupons and before shipping and tax, that you can take advantage of this exclusive item that is going to only be $5. So it could be dies, it could be stamp sets, it could be a tool, it could be designer series paper. We don't know. And we won't know until the beginning of each month. So it started here in December. And for our first one, it's beautiful. It's called True Blue Florals. And it's 12 by 12 paper. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. So again, you can take advantage of that. The way this will work is that there will kind of be, hey girls, how are you all? Hi Carol, hi Linda. And so what will happen is there's going to kind of be a little ticker, so to speak. So it'll tell you as you put things into your cart how close you are to hitting that $75 threshold, so that if you want to take the option to add this to your cart, you can. Now, a couple of stipulations. If this item doesn't sell out in its current month, it will carry over to the next month. So in January, we will get a new product of the month. And if there is True Blue Florals left, it will also be available. Each person must have a account on Stampin'Up.com, and most of you already do. And you can take advantage of one per month. Now, when I say that, I mean that in January, if you spend $75 and you haven't taken advantage of the December True Blue Florals, you can get it. And then if you place another $75 order in January, you can get the January product of the month, or vice versa. But again, you can only get one product of the month for each month, okay? And again, we don't know how long they're going to last. This paper may sell out before the month's out. So if you want it, you need to get it sooner than later. And all orders count. So if you order off the last chance list, out of the mini catalog, out of the annual catalog, if you get kits from the kits collection or something out of online exclusives, all of those things count. It just needs to be $75. So I'm anxious to see what you think of this program. I'm excited about it. And soon I will start using this paper, but I have too many holiday things I want to use. So soon we'll be doing something with that. Now, one of the fun things about the product of the month, aside from the fact that it's $5, hello, Tracy Conrad, how are you? Is that a couple of things. Number one, you get this as a bonus. Number two, your order is more than $35. So in addition to your product of the month and your stamp and rewards, you're also going to get my free embellishment. And if you take advantage of the product of the month, those people who do that are also going to receive a PDF that is going to have 8 projects using whatever the product of the month is. And I will send those out at the end of the month, or probably the first week of the new month, so that everyone can take advantage and it'll be a little easier for me to keep track of. But again, Stampin' Rewards, free embellishment, $5 product of the month. So it's a great way to be able to double up, etc., on all of those rewards. Okay. The December Club Cove is open and taking registration up through December 20th. And this month we are using the Snowy Delights. This is out of the mini catalog. This bundle has some gorgeous dies. Oh, I haven't opened them yet. Let me show you. And of course, it's all snowflake themed. But look at this jumbo. Isn't that beautiful? You can make 3 different sizes. And then, here's some more. So I just love how intricate these are. And they're so big. I mean, you can see it's as big as my palm. So that, in addition to that, one of the items that you'll get within your Club Cove packet is you're going to receive the masks that go with this. So again, you'll be able to utilize the masks to make some of the projects. Now, Club Cove, for those of you who don't know, is a monthly subscription. But if you're not one who wants to do this monthly, that's okay. But let's say you really want this particular one, then just let me know and you can get it as, let me try it and see if I like it. You'll make 8 projects. It's 4 projects, usually cards, and you'll make 2 of each, and you're going to receive anywhere from $23 to $25 in product, with plenty left over for you to make other projects after the fact. And yes, it comes with a PDF with all the pictures and measurements, etc. Oh my goodness, today. I'm tired. This little boy, woo, my head is still going 90 miles a minute. This little man had me going all weekend, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. But you'll get all that PDF that's going to have all those details. I die cut everything for you. I score all of your packaging. You receive designer series paper and an element, and sometimes either embellishment or ribbon, sometimes both. But like I said, this month you will get those masks, which is awesome. And then I wanted to tell you, if you haven't already heard, that the new mini catalog for January to April is available. You can't purchase from it until January 6th, but I have them. They are gorgeous, as always. If you're not currently working with a demonstrator and you'd like one, please let me know and I will get one to you. And I do not charge for my catalogs, so it'll just be a little gift from me. Okay? Hello. All right. What else do I have to tell you? Oh, upcoming events. I do still have registration open for Sips and Cards, which is this Wednesday at the Roslyn Hill Winery. It starts at 6 o'clock. It's $35. We're going to be making gift card holders as well as some adorable little tags. And part of your registration fee includes your choice of a beverage, whether it be a glass of their incredible wine or a beer or another drink. So come have fun with us. We've been having so much fun with this. The winery is adorable and you need to come check it out. So Stamp a Stack is on December 28th and it's birthday cards. So it's our first birthday bash. You can sign up for that. And then registration is also open for our first Stampin' Bunko of 2026. That's going to be on January the 25th. And I did open up registration to add 4 extra spots because we sold out last time and I was on a waiting list. So I went ahead and opened it up for 4 more spots, but don't wait. If it's something that you want to do, sign up sooner than later so you're guaranteed a spot. And then, of course, make sure that you are commenting and or sharing, because you're going to be entered into not one but two different drawings if you do both. One for the project from last live, which happens to be this little fun fold. And it kind of tucks behind the circle. And then you have your little card inside. So I have everybody's name here who commented. And let's see who is going to get that card. This is going to go to Kim Lanham. So Kim, I have your information. Now make sure that you share my video. And if you do, put the word shared in all capital letters. That way I know who shared, and you'll go into a second drawing for a stack of cards from my stash. So let's see who's going to get that. And this is going to go to Linda Lighting. So I have, of course, your information, and I will get that for you. All right. And then, of course, when you place an order in my online store, like I told you, you place your $75 order to get the product of the month. If that order's $35, you're going to get an embellishment from me. And this month, it is the faceted snowflakes. I promise it will be a full pack. But look how pretty these are. It's kind of like a peacock and real red, and then, of course, silver. Can you see how pretty those are? And there's two different sizes, so you'll get those free from me. All right. Okay, Miss Linda, you will have one. All right, let's see. Where shall we start? I'm loving this fun fold. This fun fold was shared by one of my demonstrator friends, Sherry Parker, who lives in Ohio. Hi, Sherry. And I just thought it was so cute, and I love it, and I'll share hers to you in just a second. But we are going to be using the Ornamental Christmas. So let me put the camera down so that you can see what we're going to work with. All right. So this is one from the September online exclusives. And I love the fact that it is black and gold. You know, for those of you who know me, know that I am one who likes to do non-traditional Christmas cards. And so this was right up my alley. This bundle is gorgeous. I love all the dies, and I'll show them to you here in my second. I'm going to show you the designer series paper, but it also has some black and white and gold baker's twine pack, and it has these gorgeous loops. Let me show you how big these are. Now, I have not yet jumped in to play with these loops because I'm just not quite sure what to do with them, but look how big they are. And you get a package of 10 for $13. So I've seen people doing ornaments with them. I've seen them added as an element on a card, but that's all part of this wonderful suite. And again, it's from the September online exclusives. Here is the stamp set. It is red rubber. And as a reminder, anything that is currently in red rubber is most likely on the last chance list, with one exception. There are several that are being moved from red rubber over to photopolymer. So don't panic if you see one of your favorites that is currently in red rubber on there. Go over to the online store, because if it's being converted over to photopolymer, it will have a new number. And I will help you as we go, and I find those items switching, I'll be sure and post them here on the group for you, but I don't want that to get confused. Okay, so red rubber, love the images, the trees, two different styles that you can use, and of course double fonts have a place in my heart. Look at these dies. I love them. So you can see you've got the circle that you could use as an insert or a backing for your rings, your hoops. You've got some little elements. Now, these two elements do not actually cut, okay? Meaning they don't cut out like your circle or your ornament or your trees. it actually makes an indentation into whatever it is you're working. So like here's a little star for the top of your tree. That will actually die cut out. But these only will put impressions. So these circles are these stars. That piece will cut out, but you'll notice it doesn't have a track or a ridge that cuts out these. So those are going to be basically like little cutouts of whatever your image is. So if you wanted to put these across here, you could. It's just going to cut those little images out of whatever your solid is, okay? And we'll play with those again so that you can see some of those. Now, in addition to that, I am using the textured notes, and I'm going to be using the 4th largest, so this one right here, as one of our elements, okay? So let me show you your pieces. Again, all of these will be up on the Creative Cove shortly after, along with pictures. This is a standard 4 1/4 by 11 piece of cardstock. This is your basic black. And what you want to do is you want to put it into your paper cutter or your scoring, and you're going to make the same score marks from each end. So the first one would be 2 1/4, and your second one is 3 7/8. Then you're going to rotate it, and you'll do the exact same thing, 2 1/4 and 3 7/8. Okay? You're going to need a piece of basic white. This is 3 by 4. You need a piece of, that's basic white, basic black, 2 by 3 1/2. You need 2 pieces of designer series paper, and I want to show you this paper once I show you all of the pieces. I meant to do that just a minute ago. The first 2 pieces that you need are going to be 4 by 2, and I went with this particular pattern. Then you need 2 more that are 4 by 1 3/4, 1 3/8, not 3/4. And that is the one with the stars. You need a strip of basic whites, just a scrap, and that's what we're going to use to cut out our textured note layer. You need a piece of gold foil. This is 3 by 3 1/2. We're going to do some die cutting out of that. And then you just need a little strip. And I bet if you cut card layers, you have a whole bunch of these, especially basic white, that's in your stash. So this just happens to be a 1/2 inch strip where I've cut off when I've done my layers, okay? So that's all the pieces that you need. Now let me show you this paper real fast. This is called Modern Christmas, and it's got a lot of gold foil in it, which I love. So again, you can use some of these patterns for non-Christmas patterns and projects, but it's just so pretty. So you've got this stripe with a more muted image on the back. So your foil's on one side and then standard paper on the other. It's kind of like holly, but not holly, but I love the berries. And then this one says fa la 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 la. Let me turn these around. Then we have trees, and you'll notice these kind of match some of the dies. A polka dot. This one's fun, matches one of the ornaments. Now in this pack, the dies do not cut out any of the images, but clearly you could use the dies to cut those out of the paper, if that makes sense. And then a plaid. And then this one with the little scribbles on the back. And again, the back could be done, you could do so much with it, okay? And then this one. And then how pretty are these patterns? I just think this is a pretty, pretty pattern. And of course, you could always sponge the white pieces. You could brayer them. It's just endless what you can do with this, but it's such gorgeous paper. All right, so let's grab our card. And what we're gonna do, we're making a gatefold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold in on the first score line. And then I'm gonna fold back on the second score line. Okay, I'm gonna open that back up so I can just fold. So I'm gonna go fold on the first, fold back on the second, okay? And when the card is closed, those should meet just like that, okay? And I'm gonna flip this over and burnish again. All right. So that is your basic image of your card. So it is a gatefold. It's slightly different, okay? So what we're going to start with, let me get my pieces back over here, is we're going to start with our designer series paper. And those larger pieces are going to go here on these two outer portions, okay? So in each of those sections. And you could make this card for lots of different occasions. And when we do the center piece, you will see how you can change it up. I have another example that Sherry did that I'll share with you. So these are going to go on the outer sections. And of course, they're going to have a slight border all around. There's that one, okay? These are going to go on the narrow sections next. And we're going to add those here. Just like that. And I love that you can show off multiple patterns of designer series paper with this card. And we'll add that there. Okay, so then of course when it folds, it's going to look like this. Okay, so we're going to put that up aside for just a second. Now we're going to bring in that textured note, and I have that small piece of black. And I'm using this kind of as a layered aspect. And I'm going to add this to the inside to give me a little bit of background, okay? But I wanted that texture to show. So we'll add that just like that, okay? And we'll lay that aside for a second. Now for our stamping, we're only going to use Memento. I'm going to take that piece that is 3 by 4, and I'm going to use the 'Tis the Season, and I'm going to stamp that right here at the top, just like that, okay? And then on that little strip from the same stamp set, I have Wishing You Peace and Joy. Now we're only going to use the Peace and Joy, but just for me and not having to mask off, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the whole thing. And I want the Peace and Joy to be down here at the end of this strip. So just like that, okay? That's all the stamping you're going to do. Move those out of the way, okay? Now this piece is going to go right here in the center. Add that right here. And again, we want to leave a layer, you know, a little bit of a border all the way around, just like that, okay? And then for this one, I'm going to grab my scissors, and I'm just going to cut very close to the letter P, oops, and very close to the joy. And then I'm going to trim it narrow right across the top. Now you could use your paper trimmer if you wanted. I'm just using my snips. And we're gonna trim that off just like that, okay? Now this is going to go right down here at the bottom, and we wanna make sure that we leave a border again. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I like this. I may change my mind because, you know, it's a woman's prerogative to change her mind. And I should be able, you know what? Hold, please. Yep, I do have them. Do I have any minis? Do not. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Okay. Did you know we have black dimensionals? I forget I have them. And whenever I am putting something on black, and there is minis in the pack, I guess I've used them all. I'll just cut some of these down. Let's make sure, maybe I'll cut them in half to make my own minis. There, that's better. Okay, so we will add those here when they don't stick to your finger like that one just did. Okay. There we go. Sometimes they stick to my nails. But I love using black dimensionals because it blends in. So if you're using something that's got a black background, you won't see these. Okay, there we go. That works great. But check them out. You can still get them. I forget we have them. I'm pretty sure we have them still. Okay, there we go. So I want to tuck this down here, and I'm doing this first, and you'll see why here in just a second. Okay, so there that is, just like that. Okay. Then out of that gold square, I used this star die, and I ended up with this. Okay. And what I want to do with this is I'm going to add some dimensionals. And I'm going to add a black one here. And then where are my edges? Let me cut one. And I want to anchor down these points. So I'm going to add one here. And I'm going to add one here. Okay. Just like that. And we'll take those backs off. Come on. Thank you. Okay. And this is going to go right here. And I want to bring it down just a tad. There we go. Okay. So we end up with this element just like this. All right. And then when we close this, this is going to come across the center like this. And we're going to make it flat, okay? So the only dimension we're going to have is on our snowflake, etc., right? So let's see if I can do this without squishing it, because I meant to put this down first. Okay, so I'm going to just put down 3 strips. We're going to hold this. And you want to make sure that you don't get any adhesive to come loose. Okay, so I'm going to do that. We'll press down just to get that down. And that's going to look like this. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and burnish these again, just so we have a little bit of a break. Now on this one, I want to turn and fold again, just so that I can try and get this to lay flat. Okay, I'm going to fold this one back and then back. Okay, Let's see. There we go. There we go. And we'll burnish this way also. And then I want to add some of the tiny, if you haven't seen these are the flower accents, but they kind of look like stars on the inside. And I'm just gonna take 3 of these and I'm just gonna kind of add them around our star, just like this. Just like that. So you end up with this. So it's just a pretty design, and yes, it's supposed to be uneven like this in the back, but as you can see, and it will stand up, which makes it nice, okay? But if you burnish it really well, it'll stay close. Now let me show you the one that Sherry did. Sherry did this one with the delicate pines and silver and those awesome druzy gems. And then hers is the same way. So you can see that you can do all kinds of things with this design. You can make a fall card. You could do birthday. You could do Valentine's Day. Just a wide variety of choices. Hi, Diana. So I just love the look of the black and gold together. And then, of course, getting to show off the 2 different patterns of designer series paper makes it fun. All right, so that's your card for tonight. I hope you'll give that fold a try. Again, you can do so much with it. You could even emboss some of the layers if you didn't want to use designer series paper to just change it up. So we will be back at our regular time on Thursday at 8:30. Everybody stay warm. Let me know if you need anything. If you want to come to the winery on Wednesday, you need to let me know by tomorrow evening. And I will have more for you coming up very soon. So have a great rest of your weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye-bye.